Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Colourful SMP. And today, well, let's just say I got a few things done. More than a few things, actually. If you couldn't tell by the wings on my back. And, well, now that I accidentally showed it, the beacon in the distance. And the absence of more trees, I made it to the end. Now, I didn't defeat the Ender Dragon. That was already defeated, and honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I can finally fly across the expanse, the absence of the dark oak forest. It's so nice. But the real reason why I went is because I needed these bad boys. I needed shulkers so badly, making my life so much easier, collecting materials, getting stuff done, so many stone. I was really starting to have a problem, and I did not want to have a chest monster. So once it starts, it never stops, and it gets in the way, so that's what the shulkers are for. But it took a while, managed to get quite a few, and I do have a couple clips from that. Sometimes, in your quest for trees, you just gotta make a bit of a detour. I didn't know I could wait. You can shift on the portal? Huh. Wow, what a spawn. The dragon has already been defeated, but I don't think anybody's really done anything other than die. So. Okay. And off we go. Honestly, as long as you don't fall and you don't make the Enderman angry, I feel like the end is relatively a safe place. In my honest, professional opinion. I don't see any bridges yet. Where'd they go? I see it. Okay, there's one. So they went down. So I'm thinking if they went down, then maybe I should go up. I'm gonna mark. Mark those. I've been here for 5 seconds and my hands are already sweating. Every time I make a bridge, I can reward myself with another bite of food. Hello. I don't know why I feel the need to count in my head. That was fear-inducing. Oh. You know, it's times like these that I'm really glad that my fingers hyperextend. Because my pinky's just kind of locked in place and it ain't going anywhere. Wait. I almost went past this. I literally almost went past this. Okay, going in free cam just to see if this has been rated yet. Because if it's been rated... What in the... Wait. Wait, where's the front of the boat? Like the part... Huh? The part with the elytra's gone. Hello, boys. How is it going, my dudes? It's been so long! Finally! Where are you? Where are you? I'm so sorry. Cannot sleep. Cannot remember the words. Don't waste your time on me, you're already the voice inside my head. The shulker shell fell all the way down there. If I jump, I'll end up dead. Oh, I can officially make my first shulker. There's so many! Oh my god. Oh god, okay. That was really stressful. This is so stressful. I am scared. This is what matters. Let's go! Well, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Is that another city? My crafting table! I wonder how the shulkers feel seeing me immediately turn their carcasses into storage materials. I spent like almost 5 hours at the end just trying to get wings and then a backup pair, because the first end ship that I found had a chunk error. That was the wrong button. It had a chunk error. So the entire ship was there except for the front bit that had the chest and the elytra. Just that part was gone. So then I had to spend... It literally took me almost 2 hours until I found another city with a ship. It was absolutely rage-inducing. But it's okay, because we found wings. We even got a backup pair. It's this one. Yeah, got a backup pair. Found quite a bit of extra armor. Found a couple armor trims, you know. Eventually making our way down the line to collect all of them. I would like to have one of each. I left my AFK box open. Oops. Spent some time in the nether. Well, I mean, very, very obviously, since, I mean, we now have a beacon. I needed the mining speed, okay? You'll see why. If it already wasn't apparent enough from the amount of deep slate that I have. Okay? Anyways. But I've really been on the grind. I've been really plotting out and planning my gradients and my color schemes. My color palette and the gradients that I need for starting the overhaul of this nice land that we've got. So, I'm not finished with all of it yet, but I will give a quick overview. This is also the really nice part. Fog. Wonderful. But now we can see everything. Everything that the light touches is ours. Everything, the wonderful expanse, the absence of trees. We're almost done. I actually got my netherite axe all the way down to 7 out of 2031. Had 7 points left on it before it broke. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to be done for the night. And so that I will finish that. Oh. I think I might have to be the sleeper. How did I... You saw that, right? I didn't shift or anything. I just landed like this. I swear to God, stuff only ever happens when you record. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it right now, but I have been planning out the color palettes for stage 1 of my base, which is going to be terraforming all of this. All of the cliff sides. I am going to leave some of this grass because I do like the dark grass. That is why I chose this spot. But I need to build up the cliff sides so that our land is a bit taller. As of right now, imagine to like where the top of that big old mushroom there, to the top of where that is, imagine all of this going up. A nice plateau, you know? And the color palette is a lot of deep slate. And I know that says stone, but it's stone so that it's versatile, and deep slate is stone. So we've got deep slate, got some cobbled in there. We've got a lot of, not enough, but we need a lot of smooth basalt. Mangrove is just there. And we actually need a lot of mycelium. So obviously, we had to take a trip to the nearest mushroom island, which actually I got to do as a fun little side quest with Elin, Charlie, and Scientic. Hello? Excuse me? Can't you see I'm doing something here? But yes, we made it to the Mushroom Island, and I believe that our mushroom feud is finally come to a somewhat decent conclusion. So, an issue that I've been having is with the pyrite mod, new variants of wood have been added to the game. And one of them is mushroom stem. So if I cut this mushroom stem, it should give me a log. But the problem that we've been having is that in some places, particularly most of this forest, I think, if you go to cut the stems, you just get the original Silk Touch mushroom stem block rather than getting the logs. And what we're thinking happened is it's something to do with the different areas getting generated at different times. So we're thinking that since this is earlier, it was probably generated without pyrite first. And since the mushroom biome is all the way out here, so it's all new. It looks quite plain because I cut everything down and I've been farming the mushrooms. Those gave us logs, so I can give a little peek as to what those look like. Yeah, there's the stem log. See, that looks different than the Silk Touch because it's supposed to cut as a log. And you should be able to get it with any axe. So we've been going back and forth on whether or not we get a log or a stem that day. But this is what the planks look like. And while I don't have any spruce on me right now, it is a nice, like, in between from oak and spruce. But it's also not quite as orangey pink as jungle. So I think this will be quite nice. It's like a lighter toned, worn kind of wood accent rather than if I'm going from dark oak and having to use oak or something. Because that's a little bit too jarring, too light. It's not really what I'm going for. And also, the pink tones in the wood classify this as more of a red side. Now it is a bit colder. It is a bit colder of a wood. Like you can see that oak is very yellowy orange. Well, this looks like it's a bit more of a purpley pink in its undertones. You can really kind of tell based on my shadow. You see how my shadow is purple? It's more of like a cool toned pink kind of undertone. Keep in mind, this is my perspective, so like I could be totally wrong and somebody else that knows more on color theory than me could be like, actually, no, you're kind of incorrect. And if I am wrong, then please please tell me, kindly, please, in the comments. I love color theory. I love color. Colourful SMP, everybody. So this is more of a cool tone, and we have access to this glorious block called turf. So it's kind of similar to how, if you notice, I have a texture pack that makes the grass blocks go all the way down to the sides. So rather than it's not just on top. And I know that used to be really popular a really long time ago. But yeah, it gives a more like cohesive look to the landscape. But now we get turf blocks. So mycelium, the turf might be a crafting recipe. I can't remember. Yeah, it is a crafting recipe. So yeah, it's just 4. But it also works as, it means that there's also grass turf, podzol, and dirt paths, I believe. Yeah, I've been getting some of the mods mixed up a little bit because they both offer relatively similar things. But the turf is pyrite, I believe. But with chisel, I can take blocks, and it's like a little portable stone cutter. And I'm actually planning on using a lot of these raw bricks right here, which is a really nice warm tone. Also, this is actually a really cool example. So we've got our brown mushroom stem planks. We've got raw brick, which is a really warm-toned red. And we've got a more cooler purpley pink. That is the mycelium. And it really bridges the warm tones to the cool tones. So I don't know. Little color theory, little color rambling right now. We've got others trying to build farms and such. If you notice the sudden change in the fact that there is suddenly now game sounds, and there hasn't been for the entire rest of the video, I don't really know what I did to cause that, but I fixed it. While I love farming just as much as the next person who has nearly 700 hours in Stardew Valley, I think I've been stalling enough. 'Cause it's time to deforest the other half of the island. I am the Lorax's nightmare. Would this make me the Twiceler? Because the Onceler deforests all the trees in the Lorax. But this is the second time I'm doing this. So I'm the Twiceler. I'm the Twizzler. Twizzlers are red. Trees. As the sun rises behind us, we can see that the forest is gone. Ignore the leaves that have not yet despawned, but it has been finished. We have freed our island. from the dreadful clutches of the birch trees. It's beautiful. It'll look better once I'm able to get rid of all this trash on the ground. I'm not going to record that. I'm just going to have to take a water bucket to it, I think. I am so excited. Because now it means that I can start terraforming. Thanks for watching, guys.